Neil, most of these people didn't need the money, by the way. You know, Tom Barrack certainly didn't need the money. I don't know what it is. What attracts what? Does Donald Trump find these people? Does he find them? I want to ask my control room, while you're answering that, to put up the screen that shows all those people we just showed connected to Trump who have been indicted. Talk to me about this, Neil.
Yeah, Ali, I think, this screen, and you said it right at the outset, this is yet another one of Trump's confidants that's been indicted. The astonishing thing of today's indictment, what it underscores, is just how many people surrounding Donald Trump have been accused of crimes. You were asking, is it about love of money or something? I don't know. I mean, it seems like basically you had to be a felon in order to qualify for a job with Donald Trump. That was the qualification. And, perhaps the biggest loser today in all of this is Alan Weisselberg, who just realized he could have been making UAE money instead of just settling for tuition and car rides, right, which is what he got.
And by the way, you mentioned something interesting. There's a reason why these laws exist. This thing that Jared Kushner was involved in and Barrack was involved in and others were involved in, which really became this fight between the country of Qatar and Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. I mean, this has real world implications. Working for foreign governments for the purpose of influencing U.S. policy has real world implications. Those countries, they embargoed Qatar for a very, very long time.
You said it beautifully, Ali. And, this act that he was accused of violating, the Foreign Agents Registration Act, goes back to 1938. And it advances one of the most serious purposes in government. It's saying, look, you want to lobby for a foreign government? You can do that. We're not going to block you from that. You just got to tell us. You got to be up and up about it. You got to register in advance so that everyone knows. And the accusations in this indictment are scary. Basically, one of Trump's best friends was trying to insert stuff into Trump's speeches and other things without acknowledging at all that he was acting on behalf of a foreign government. And, that's been a flat violation of the law since well before you and I were born. And it's big bucks. The indictment alleges, possibly $1.5 billion that this fund controlled by Tom Barrack got. And, Barrack's defense is, well, I'm only 10% of that fund. That's still $150 million, and so the idea that you can do that and profit this way, I mean, that's what the law is all about, blocking foreign influence in our government, at least without disclosing it in advance.
So generally speaking, the violations of this Foreign Agents Registration Act are procedural. There's something where somebody hasn't filled something out. They generally let them. It does not a whole bunch of people go to jail for this sort of thing. But there's a fundamental importance to the law. There's, as you just articulated, there's a reason it's there, and it's about transparency, right? We need to actually know when decisions are made, whether somebody else with some other interest, whether it be financial or world domination or something, is influencing a decision that the United States government or the president of the United States has to be taking. So it seems procedural and bureaucratic on the surface, but there's a fundamental philosophical good reason for laws like this.
Well, 100%. And it's not procedural, Ali, at all, with all due respect. I mean, this is one of the hearts of American government, which is, again, it strikes a balance. It says you can lobby for a foreign government. You just got to tell everyone. And this isn't like something unknown. I mean, every person who works in this town in Washington, D.C. knows about this act and knows to stay on the right side of it. The reason why cases aren't brought isn't because it's technical or procedural. It's because nobody in their right mind would violate this. So that's point one. And point two is just remember the indictment today is not just about the Foreign Agent Registration Act. It's also about the fact that Trump's one of his best friends, the guy's indicted today, Tom Barrack, lied to the FBI and obstructed justice when he was asked about this. And, he faces 4 charges of lying during a voluntary interview. I mean, talk about digging your own grave.
Yeah.